We on, yes we are. What's going on, people? How we doing? Happy Saturday. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you at in this world. Welcome. My name is Ismael Diaz, the Great Wit, and here, like I said, I'm supposed to be here yesterday, but we got a blessing just in grocery shopping, and the gods are good. Um, Let me start with welcome, and I hope you're blessed. I hope you're good, and if not, it will. You do enough, not just for yourself. You do enough for everybody. Hello, Emma Beth. Thank you for joining. You do a lot for everybody. Sometimes it's good to take care of yourself. Do things for yourself you normally don't do. Okay? So, get on with the show real quick. I come here every Sunday, well, every Friday and Sunday with my friend Edward, which I'm gonna, there he goes. Hold up, Edward, I just saw you. Let me see if I can bring him in here. Let me know, Edward, if you get in here. Oh, there you go. That's what I needed to do. My bad. I'm still getting used to this. Just bear with me for a second. Sorry about all that. Let me know, Edward, if you could join. I sent you a... Hey, welcome, Jay. Welcome, brother. I hope you're doing well. I answered your question earlier. I'm doing well, but if you want to talk later after I'm done here, we can, okay? Thank you, Witches Only. Thank you very much. Alright, Edward, I'm trying to find you. Okay, let me know, Edward. Just sent you an invite. Let me see if it works. There we go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, Jay. Check it out after here. Believe me, I will communicate.
At least partially, right,
Edward,
I'm here.
Try to tap your camera button.
I'm working on trying to get to my camera button.
No, I can't hear you that good. There you go. Sorry about that. My volume was down.
My camera button's still doing the same thing it did last time. It's not connecting.
I'm not understanding that. Because what? You should have access to join video. I gave you access to join video. Let me see. I'm trying to get this right. Man, we did it the first time with no problem, remember?
Yeah, I remember. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what's going on.
Was it with this account or was it with the Edward account though?
It was at this one, I believe.
Let's see. You're very welcome, Jay. One thing I want to make clear before I start this live for everybody that's just joining and going to join, I want you to listen to me very quick. I don't do yes or no questions. There's no religion here to talk about, and there's no politics today. Today we're going to talk about just magical crafts, magical doings, understanding what the path is all about. I'm going to be joined by my friend Edward here. I'm just trying to... Oh, they say they see you, Edward.
They see me?
Yeah.
Because I'm not seeing me, but that's okay.
My friend Emma, sister Emma Best says we see him. Okay, so you see him, Sandy? She's talking on the phone. So how do I do this? Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Oh, it's just a picture. That's what I'm saying. They're not seeing my camera.
Picture, and it is on that camera. Is his account. But you can hear him, but no picture.
I'm trying to give him access here. I'm not understanding why it's not giving him access.
Sorry. Let me just connect and reconnect.
Alright, try that. I'm gonna start here. It says you need to turn on the camera. He's trying to, for some reason, it's just not letting him. Every time you tap on it. So, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's good. Congratulations on making it through another week. I know for most of us or some of us, it's been either too hot, too rainy, still too cold in some other places. Congratulations on making it through another rough week. You should really congratulate yourself because you've been through it. You survived it. Alright, resend the invite. Let me see if that works. Hopefully it'll bring you in. But
Okay.
remember, it's
Let me
still
see
doing.
now.
Try now. Let me know.
Come on, accept.
Here too, going through it.
Come on.
It worked the first time.
Very mercurial.
Let's see. I'll keep tapping on it. Well,
I am.
people said that you're all good. That they can actually hear you perfectly if you want to continue this way.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Well, it's not going to let me pull my camera up, and now it's not even let me see the text. There we go. I got that out.
All right. They're saying they can hear you in perfect. So everybody, welcome. I'm accompanied by my friend, my brother, one of my closest spiritual brothers that I could ever have or ask for. Edward Saw is a good friend. He's very highly spiritual on the pagan side, and he's very knowledgeable on traditional magic, which is something I don't approach. So if you're into to traditional magic, this live will be helping you on both ends to understand that what non-traditional and traditional magic is really about. And like I said, this is going to be an educational purpose for everybody. It's not going to be no politics. No, we don't do religions, and I don't do yes or no questions. This is going to be an educational thing today because I believe everybody here has to learn something new. Okay, so again, congratulate yourself for making it through another rough week. Like I said, I know it weren't easy for some. Most of us are already used to it, but still, we still carry on because we know tomorrow's another day. Someone told me not so long ago that tomorrow is not guaranteed. Yes, tomorrow is guaranteed. What is not guaranteed is humanity, because y'all go so damn fast. Is y'all death is unpredictable. But tomorrow, after you pass on, will still be spinning and will still be coming about. So the world will still be spinning. Remember, it's us that are just that fragile. So in this life that you have that is so fragile, I always suggest on my other life, like I'm doing this one, do something productive for yourself for once. Try to stop worrying about people. Not people is not worrying about you. Do what you want to do for yourself one time. Say no to somebody. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. I'm pretty sure not everybody says yes to you. So take that with you. Okay? So take that and just go with your trust your instinct, trust your gut. Don't trust your heart. Hearts are tricky sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But trust your gut. It'll lead you to good places. So my friend Edward here is gonna speak a little bit about some things that I would love for y'all to understand and know about. So Edward, the floor is yours, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good to be here with Ishmael again. And we're going to talk today about the importance of ritual. We're also going to discuss what male witches are and what they should be called, as opposed to what everybody hears and reads in the dictionary. And then we're going to also discuss the ethics of magic. Okay, so let's begin with the male witch issue. Many times you hear people say, I'm a warlock. Warlock comes from the term werloke, which is Old English, and werloga, which is Old Celtish or Old Irish, and both mean consecutively oathbreaker and liar. So the term warlock is a derogatory term. Back in the 1400s, 1500s, if you were declared a warlock, you're dead. Pure plain and simple. If that means you betrayed your coven and your people to the Inquisitor. So it's either your head from the Inquisitor or your head from your own people. So I would, if you're going to be if you're going to call yourself a witch in the male aspect, okay, acceptable terms could be sage, wizard, witch, right? Even seeker, magi, magus. Those are acceptable terms for a male witch. The term warlock, and even in our community today, the term warlock means to be excommunicated or extricated from our community. That's what it means. It means you have to be, you can be taken away from the community or blacklisted because you've broken your oath to the god, goddess, and your coven and your group and your community.
Someone said, and prophet?
Prophet works too. Prophet actually can work too, because oftentimes in the craft, some of us are seers, some of us have clear abilities. And in a sense, having clear abilities allows us to be able to see beyond the norm. So prophet could be correct. However, I don't advise using that term because it is used in cultic movements to describe somebody who is basically says they're the second coming, and they're normally way overbearing and way charismatic, and they're leading a cult. It's got an ego base to it. Like I said, you want to keep your ego out of the craft, period. The craft is not about ego. It's about living a spiritual life, spiritual path in such a fashion that you can be in direct contact with all the natural forces. Now, how not to confuse ego with the will? That's a very good question. And I'll explain that with the ethical portion of this. Okay? Within the will, willing is basically the desire to send an idea or a premise out into the universe to be acted upon. So when you send that desire, we have to look at what are your needs. As human beings, we have three. We have food, shelter, and clothing to protect from the other. Those are three needs. That makes everything else a want. Okay? Once you separate that and you recognize that your needs are met, the wants soon follow. So therefore, you're able to send the will out to gather some of the wants and manifest them. So that's the difference between will and ego. Ego connects you to the man-driven aspect. The will connects you to the God-driven aspect.
A good way of looking at it the way I do is the ego is the car and you're the driver.
Very good analogy. Yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
ego is the car. You're the driver.
So it's up to you what direction you want to go with.
And that's like your physical body is the car for the soul. It uses it to learn, to experience, to grow, to basically connect with all of the rest of the universe, because the soul is spirit. Spirit has no physical form. It can't, no senses. It's pure energy. Okay, now that we discussed that part, we are going to go into the ethics, which is very important in the craft. Okay, because you did bring up ego, which leads us right into the ethical proportion. All right, within the craft, we should have a certain set of ethics. And one of the prime ethics we have, of course, is you do not inflict your will upon another, nor do you affect the free will of another. And the reason behind this is very simple. It falls under the threefold principle that everything you do comes back to you in three aspects: physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And if you don't want to be affected in those three aspects in a negative way, then you're not going to inflict that negativity on somebody else. Plus, you don't want to rob anybody of their learning experiences. Everything we do is a learning experience. It's supposed to enhance the soul, make it grow, make it evolve. We are more than just our physical body. And yes, as Melissa says, the total Wiccan code, not just the two lines. And it is the balance of nature, Junior. Correct. So you try not to affect the free will of another individual. Rather, put the expectation of, well, would I allow them to do that to me? Do I want them doing that to me? Of course not.
So
why do it to them?
Sorry. So on that note, like I always tell everybody every week that I come here, be mindful. Be mindful of yourself. Be mindful of others. Your magic may not be compatible with theirs, just like theirs may not be with yours. So just be mindful out there, knowing that you are different, just like everybody else out there. Sometimes we mix, sometimes we match, sometimes we don't.
You mentioned, Junior, the threefold law. And I did this on the first one we talked about, but I'm going to go over it again because I think it's very important that people understand it.
Thank you, Wizard.
Okay, the threefold law says, mind ye threefold law ye should, 3 times bad, 3 times good. What ye send forth comes back to ye, so ever mind the rule of 3. Now, it is not a mathematical principle. It's not, I'm going to give you $1 and I'll get 3 back. It doesn't work like that. It is the principle of, like taking a piece of paper, for example. Everybody got a piece of paper that wants to participate, feel free. I want you to take that piece of paper and fold it like you're putting it in a business letter for a business envelope. So you're going to fold it down from the bottom into the middle and then over the top. Now you open it up, you still have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. But now that piece of paper is going to represent you. Okay? So in the first fold or section, you're going to write the word physical. The second one, you're going to write the word emotional. And in the third one, you're going to write the word spiritual. Now, I'm going to put you through 2 scenarios. I want you to visualize. Okay? Because this is very important because I'm going to ask you questions afterwards. All right. First scenario, you're walking into the park. There's a young lad or lady flying a kite. You walk over to the kite. As it falters and hits the ground, you walk over that kite and you crush it under feet and walk off. Physically, what is happening to your body? Are your muscles getting tighter? Your stomach starting to turn? Right? You're starting to feel weary because you just destroyed the kid's kite. Now, emotionally, where are you at? You're at shame, anger, self-despising, because you've done that. And then spiritually, I bet you feel like you're in a void. Like the gods and goddesses are totally ignoring you. You're empty. Now, let's turn this around. Okay? You're walking in the park. There's a young lady or lad flying a kite. The kite falters to the ground. You launch the kite high in the air and you pull the string tight. Now the kite's dancing and playing in the wind. Physically, what's happening to your body right now? You're feeling younger, full of energy, almost like the kid itself, right? The youth of the kid. Emotionally, joy, happiness, and things like that. Now, spiritually, I bet you feel like the kite and you're touching the heavens. That's the threefold law, folks. It's how we affect ourselves and others by the choices we make when we make them. In those three aspects, it is what's known as a dharmatic principle because it works on the immediate.
So, if y'all listen to what I say every week, goes to show with this and different wording, what you do will come back to you. Again, be mindful of your magic. Practice statement. Okay, one topic we are going to talk about, I'm going to bring up real quick, it's your emotions with your magic.
Oh, yes, that's very important.
What you should not do.
You want me to start going into that?
Go ahead.
Okay. We are people of emotion. We have various different emotions, everything ranging from anger to happiness to joy to hatred to greed to jealousy. These are all emotional statuses. Now, when you are in a state of emotion, you are also in a heightened state of energy. This energy can get out of control. So, like if you cast a spell in anger, say for because you're pissed off at somebody, so you're going to hex them, right? Because you're extremely angry at them, right? The consequences, of course, are yours. They will come back and haunt you. But that type of energy is like a sword. You're wielding a sword, but a sword will also cut two ways. It'll literally, cut you as fast as you cut somebody else with it. And yes, you will feel regret later. You'll feel various different things. So, anyway, when you work magic, the idea is to balance yourself out first. You ground, you center, you remove the ego from the thing, you remove the emotion, and you focus on the intent. For true magic to work, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you're gonna hear birds. So real quick, everybody who's joined, entered, said my moderator, Couple Joe is here. Just me, that's my girlfriend. She's gonna be also a moderator very soon with helping me out with this. I'm gonna miss a lot of you, and I'm sorry, it's just a lot. All right, so welcome, God damn it, welcome. All right, Ishmael Diaz here, you Grey Witch, and I'm accompanied today by one of my good friends, Edward Sott, and we're just talking about magical principles, magical learnings, things that you should be learning proper. Because like I said, I go to a lot of people and I talk to a lot of folks. You still, to this day in our age, we still can't believe what we see on the internet. Okay? So week in and week out, I'm always going to remind you, just like he's going to remind you if you talk to him. You have elders, just reach out to. Take your time with things. Most of y'all here are coming into the game right now. Take your time with you. Let me explain something to you real quick. These magical proceedings you're going through or processes, they're just magical and they're made just for you. One thing I want to tell you is you're not going crazy. Accept this magical process as it is because it's part of who you're going to be later on or what you're going to be later on. You already made the changes in people's lives to get you to where the karma is hitting you in good places. Even though you sacrifice for so many, but not every many sacrifices for you. It's still a good, unselfish deed, which you still reap the rewards. So don't change who you are and how you are. You're still doing what you're doing. You're on the path where you're supposed to be.
I just read Melissa's comment. I'm old, laughing out loud. I need an elder. I grab a spirit board.
Nice. But these days, us elders are not heard of much. And we're out there to help and guide. Just to make sure you're on your right path. Just in case you think you are or you're not. And if you can't find an elder, there are many covens out there. Reach out to the high priest or the high priestess. Ask questions that you just can't answer to yourself. So don't be afraid to reach out. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep shit to yourself. I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Don't keep shit to yourself. That's not good. So speak to somebody who understands the magical language you're trying to speak. And they out there. But let things out. Don't keep balls in, okay? Because the more you keep it in, changes it. When you keep things in like this, changes you into a bad person. Not everybody's gonna like who you are. So I always tell people every time I come here live, talk to somebody. Let things out sometimes. And if you can't find someone to talk to, go for a walk. Listen to the trees, just like you did when you were young. You know who I'm talking to if you're here. Things haven't changed. It really hasn't. They're just louder now, if anything, because you're older and you hear them more. So there's many ways for you to ease yourself. Yeah.
We have a couple of questions in there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to field these a little bit.
Okay.
First of all, one of the questions asked by I Am Sapphire, and hello to you because I know exactly who you are. I have to tell you what a spirit board is. It's otherwise known as the Ouija board by a lot of people because it was turned into a game by Parker Brothers way back in the 1930s. So people know it as a Ouija board. What it is actually is a tool, like many others, that connects you to the spiritual plane and to the astral realms, as well as the outer realms that you're not a part of. Now, it is a tool, it must be treated like one. Okay? Any tool, whether it be a screwdriver, a drill, a jackhammer, you name it, it will come back and bite you if you don't use it properly. Many of us in the craft, of us elders and people of experience, actually won't use them.
We know better.
We will not use them because it's not necessary. We can make the connection on a spiritual plane if you have the strength of mind as well as the right intent. And you're mindful of yourself and others while you're doing it. One of my favorite sayings is, be ever mindful of your thoughts, your words, and your deeds, because each is energy manifest. So knowing that, which is important, is why you need to separate yourself from your ego when working with magic. Now, me and Ish were talking earlier, and we were discussing a couple other things that came of interest. Many times,
Nice one, Jay.
we often act in fear. Fear is a natural reaction to things, and it drives us sometimes. How do we deal with fear? Well, we can look at fear as an acronym. Okay, it has three meanings. The first meaning is fuck everything and run.
Think about it.
And that's one of the many ways we deal with fear. We take off, we run, right? Another thing fear says is future events appearing real. Another way we deal with fear is by projection. And it's like saying, well, I could walk across the street and get hit by a car, so I'm not going to walk across the street,
Exactly.
which means I'll never make it to the store. You know?
Exactly.
So you have to look at fear as how we relate to it. The third way, though, is face everything and recover. And there's a key to that. The ability to face fear is to recognize when the fear that you are in or under is or isn't a rational fear. Fear can be rational, okay? It can actually be a way to protect yourself, and it primarily is. It's normally built up in the amygdala of the brain, and the amygdala cannot process the difference between a bear and an elephant. It just relates what it is, and it sends a dopamine response.
Junior J
So-
said face everything with a question mark.
Face everything and recover.
Everything.
So,
Let me butt in real quick. For the ones who don't know, let me put it simple. We've survived some shit. Okay, things that nobody else would probably ever survive. It was that fear that made us strong enough to reach where we are today. Fear.
exactly, that's constructive fear. Now, let's look at a couple other acronyms, because I love acronyms. They're a good way to learn. Okay? When we grew up, we were often told that we were born with original sin, and you do something wrong, you're sinning. Well, I use sin as an acronym. Would you like to know what sin means?
Please share.
Self-inflicted nonsense. And if you think about that, right, it's exactly what it is. It is a judgment upon yourself based upon the morals of the society you're in. And it's a self-defecating process, actually, you know. So if you think you're being sinful, you have to look at yourself and say, what am I doing that is going against my own personal morals or the morals of society?
We do, Junior, harshly.
And we do, Junior. We judge ourselves very harshly.
Yes, we do.
And then we judge others too. And this is where you have to be careful. I want everybody to point a finger out at your screen.
Do one of these.
How many fingers are pointing back at you? 3. whenever you're placing a judgment on somebody, you're judging that person based upon yourself. So it's, yeah, Cup of Joe, exactly. It's spirit speaking back at you. It's saying, place the judgment back where it belongs. You're really judging yourself.
Pretty much.
You're not judging the other person. So now that is a time to step within. And we were actually gonna talk about that too. Because there are three
Melissa guilty.
there are three main goals of the witch that every one of us should remember. These are the first three goals of the witch. And that's know thyself, know thy craft, practice thy craft with wisdom. Well, you cannot possibly practice your craft wisely without first knowing who you are. Anybody can do a spell. I mean, I can give everybody a spell right now. But that's useless if you don't have the self-awareness to be able to actually act on that spell in accordance to what you need to result it and manifest. So, wisdom comes with self-awareness. Well, how do we get self-awareness? People are going to ask. And that's tough. I'm going to tell you right now, becoming self-aware is an everyday, every hour, every minute, every second process. It is a willingness to actually go deep inside yourself, accept your faults,
shadow work,
accept your good and bad equally.
Exactly.
Learn and unlearn those things that do not work. Okay? So, for example, who can tell me the definition of insanity? And that's the most honest statement, Jamie, that anybody can make. I do not know who I am, but I want to know who I am to become.
We all talk to ourselves. We need professional opinions.
Yes, exactly, Mahila. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result.
In Puerto Rico, we have a saying, la misma rutina apesta. That means the same routine stinks. Okay?
And when you do that, it's like putting my hand on a stove that's lit and pulling it off because it burned and say, well, this time I do it again, it ain't going to burn me. Bullshit. You're going to get burned. Okay. And that being the case, we have to start unlearning those behaviors that don't make sense. How many in here, I know Ish wears glasses, I wear glasses, right? How many other in here wear glasses?
Welcome, Ghost. Thank you for the hearts. Please share this live with everybody y'all know.
Okay, you do? I know you do, Melissa. Velvet, okay, Jamie. Good, there's a lot of us that do. Well, you know that lenses are two types. There's a concave lens and a convex lens. Well, we're going to take these lenses and take a look at them from a perspective of a different format, okay? First of all, we're going to take the concave lens. Whenever you place light through a concave lens, it goes into a straight line, does it not? So the concave lens that we're looking at is going to be known as the ego. The light we're going to put through the ego is going to be known as learned experiences. Okay? Now, when you put these learned experiences through the ego, it goes into a straight line. And the straight line we're going to call the belief system. What is the first initials of the word belief and system?
BS.
BS. And what do we call BS?
Bullshit. I'll say it for y'all shit. No air in my throat.
That becomes our belief system. So we're working to get past the belief system, we have to go into the superconscious. That is going to be your convex lens. Or concave lens, rather. No, convex lens. And that's going to be known as the super ego, okay, or the universal awareness. Now, when you pass that light past the BS into that, it expands outwards. That's the kingdom of heaven or enlightenment. That is the goal of the spirit, is to reach that point of enlightenment. But right now, because we are all in the middle somewhere on that line, in the BS, right? We have to learn to overcome it. And that's part of the process of learning to reach the higher self. That's part of the process of doing shadow work, which is basically reaching in, doing an inventory, finding out what old things need to be replaced so you can open yourself to the new.
Yes, overcoming personal obstacles also is a thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Old behaviors, just like taking an inventory in a store. You have a store inventory, right? You have to take off the stuff on the shelf that's starting to mold or go bad or it's outdated so you can put the new stuff on. Yes, it is sometimes easier said than done. It is an ongoing life process.
Thank you, Gigi. I'm glad we're honored that y'all here, believe it or not. It honors both of us that y'all here with us, okay? So thank you, everybody, for coming here, joining us here today on this live. Just trying to spit a little knowledge here, make y'all understand a few things on both ends of the party, and just to inspire you to let you know that you are as magical as you think you are. You really are. You don't believe me? Think back a few years back and how you changed people's lives just by being yourself. Just by being you. You have that ability. Most of y'all here are the healers and probably don't even know it. Your healing energies vibrates. People who need that healing accepts that vibration. Next thing you know, you're talking to a person. 10 minutes later, they forgot the fuck you talking about. Because you made them feel all about better than what they did before they met you. This is the change you bring. These are the rewards you're reaping as we speak. Better health, a prosperous life. Probably the love of your life came through. Probably hit the lottery. Life is random. But the thing is, keep doing what y'all doing. So I want to thank everybody for being here, joining us today. Remember that you matter, okay? Don't be fooled by anybody. You are magic, okay? Shuffle these cards. I'm about to give y'all one of these. Go ahead, Edward. So if y'all have any
Oh, yeah.
questions related to what we're talking about, no yes or no questions related to what we're talking about, Edward's here to answer fast as he can. Just pace with us, please.
I do have to take a few moments, like 20 minutes
Mm-hmm.
to depart for now. Okay, so Ish, if you want to go with your cards and stuff like that and talk to our people, I will be back in 20 minutes.
Fair enough. I'll be here. Just let me know. Hit me up, and I'll bring you in.
Okay,
All right. Namaste, brother.
namaste, brother, and namaste, everybody.
All right. So he will be back in 20 minutes. Until then, we'll talk for a little bit. I know I missed a lot of y'all coming up today. I want to thank everybody for joining again. I know this week has been rough for a lot of folks. You made it though. Believe it or not, you made it. There are times where you wanted to quit this week because I know shit ain't easy. You know what I mean? I'm doing good, sister. Thank you. But you still made it through the week. You still managed to get that paycheck at the end of the week and feed your family. So with every one no that I can't you say, there's 5 yes I can do that you actually do. Just because you say you can't. It's when you do the most. You're a blessing. In every way magical that's possible. Not just to me, but to everybody around you. And for the future ones you will meet. So everybody here, thank you for being yourself. As magical as you are, it doesn't matter if you're a witch or not. It doesn't matter your faith, it doesn't matter your religion. You're all welcome here. We're open, we don't discriminate. We're not here to say witchcraft is better than anything out there because nothing is better. Everybody's in their own thing, okay? So everybody here, say hi to each other. There's a lot of folks here who haven't met. I would love for you to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Just remember that, like I always say, we're all branches from the same tree, okay? So we're all made of magic and some kind of frequency that connects in some weird way that sometimes we just can't define or understand, but it works. And it's happening here with y'all right now. You know what I'm saying? So learn from each other. Say hi to each other. Reach out to each other. I'm going to shuffle a little more here. What I want from you is to reach out to each other. Say what's up. I'm from this place. I'm this type of witch. I practice this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he said he can come back in. Okay, that was fast. Let me see. Yeah, that was fast. Hold on, give me 1 second. There he goes. Let's see if I invited him in for a problem. Oh, he knew. Remember, I don't do yes or no questions here, but I'll do this one for you. Your dad knew you love him because dads just know. It's sometimes we get these concrete dads that just don't express their feelings, but deep down inside, that inner child wants to express everything loudly. My dad is the same way. My dad's still alive, but trust me, after his passing, trust me, no matter what we did in our lives, your dad and your mom will always love you. Okay? Tomorrow's Father's Day. Say hi, Dad. Happy Father's Day. I love you. And you'll know because you'll feel Dad's love. If you're familiar with his feel through physical, you'll know that your dad is there with you. Okay? So, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can do it now. Accept. So remember that, just reach out to him.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright. So your dad does love you even after life. He knew you loved him unconditionally. Okay? So remember, folks, I don't do yes or no questions. I did this one because tomorrow's Father's Day, and that was it. Okay? So I'm going to pick a card from here. And like I said, I hope everybody's here is proud of themselves. You've made it this far. Congratulate yourself a little bit, because remember, without you, a lot of things don't function right. You don't believe me? Stop being a parent, stop being a wife, stop being a husband, stop going to work for a day or two. See how things will change. That's the energy you bring. That's the presence and the essence of what it is you. Your energy flow affects. It has cause and effect on other people. So when you are around people, some people may get affected by your energy and some people may not. Here's a good example. This probably happened to one or maybe 10 of y'all right here today. As you're walking down the street, you ever wonder why people just do this? And just stare at you like you got a piece of ham on your neck or some shit. They see and feel what your energy is. They're trying to identify what it is. Probably because it's something to them they have never seen or felt, no matter how long they've been on this planet. Again, be mindful of your energy. Okay? So I picked the card out for y'all real quick. Just be mindful of your energy. It has a cause and effect whether you speak or not. Sometimes all you gotta do is just bring your simple ass to a damn room full of people, and everything will just go. That's your energy right there. You know what I'm saying? That's you right there. So everybody in here has some or more of this than what they should. Put it to good use. Go plant a tree or hug a tree. Do things productive with nature, and you'll see how things and nature will work for you. Okay. So this is from my deck, Season of the Witch. Now I'm gonna share this with everybody. I do this every time because I want people to have proper knowledge. This is the Season of the Witch, Samhain edition. Okay, and the word is Samhain. I know it's spelled Samhain. It is not a first or a last name. Okay, it is pronounced Samhain. I don't know why it's pronounced Samhain. Just go with it because it sounds good.
It's Gaelic. It's Gaelic.
There you go. Damn it, he got a better explanation than I do. Shit, I just like the word because it's awesome. So there's a lot of folks that just don't know. So I'm just being mindful. Remember, don't make fun of the ones who don't have the knowledge we have, because you never know where they might go with that knowledge and probably who they may reach later on in life with it. Okay? So it's Samhain, not Samhain. Okay? I just want to get that clear with y'all. Thank you for
understanding. By the way, real quick-ish, blessed solstice to everyone here.
Exactly.
We are on the eve of the solstice, so blessed solstice, everybody.
And in case tomorrow comes, because I'm going to go live tomorrow. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it tomorrow or not with me at work.
I might be able to.
If you don't, I'm going to come here anyway and do a live for y'all. It's going to be a Father's Day live just to talk for a little bit. And just, share a little few things and just encourage y'all to do, the best you can. Because that's all we can do is the best we can. Choose your steps correctly, Not everything is going to go your way. Don't expect things to go your way. Okay?
Oh, Earl's on.
Get out. Where's Earl? Which one's Earl?
Yeah, Earl's in the room.
DJ Wolf.
Hi, Earl.
Radio. Hey, Earl. Holy shit. Sorry. Long time, Earl. Long time. I hope you're doing good, brother, man. It's been such a long time. Welcome to my live. I'm accompanied by a good friend here, Edward. Thank you, everybody. So the card I got for y'all is card number 18, Graveyard. Your keywords are peace and acknowledgement. Okay, it says here, this is a song that bellows in the peace of knowing no end, in acknowledgement the crossroads of eternity. Many see a graveyard as a symbol of mortality. It collects the tears of mourners and loved ones have been laid to rest. In its stillness and ominous songs that creeps up to the spine, leaving us to ponder who death will come for next. But a graveyard is a place of serenity where souls can find peace and stillness beyond the harsh reality of living. There is no longer the need to struggle against what is. It is a place of surrender. There are those who fear the graveyard for as long as it's been a home for the wandering spirits who cannot find peace. Those who have not transitioned yet to eternity are forced to live a half-life, neither dead nor alive. Souls who are faced with taking responsibility for a life not lived to the full focus on things that didn't matter, on holding on to resentment, A graveyard card will help you find peace where you are. There are times where we'll be faced with difficult situations that are beyond your control. That's a fact. There are those times where we must surrender our current place. There is no use for fighting a battle you already lost. Take control over the one thing you can change yourself. Okay? The situation you're inquiring about is no longer in your hands. The powers that may be are going to take over. Often, we are faced with a challenge ending with an unnecessary to facilitate to a bright new beginning. All right, so here's the card. If y'all want to take a shot at it, take a read it. That's the beginning of it. Believe in yourself. Your magic is as real as you are. Okay, remember, graveyards are not a bad place. So when
You know, that's an sorry, sorry-ish.
no,
But
good.
you know, that's interesting because a lot of people will look at that card and also associate it with in the tarot, death card. And the death card is a transitional card as well. What it means is not necessarily a physical death. It's not something we should be afraid of. It's not something we need to fear. It's a new life or a new beginning. Because when you look at the death card in the tarot, death is trampling over a priest, a child, a mother, and a rich person.
Mhm.
And in that card, when you're looking at that, right, it's saying to trample over these ideas, to reawaken into a new transition of understanding. We are often imposed by religion, by parental guidance, even though they try to do the right thing, and you love your parents dearly, but they were good students with lousy teachers, and likewise we were good students with lousy teachers. Okay, so they did the best they could with what they know. When you reach the point of awareness and you recognize we repeat patterns. Exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
So when you reach the point of awareness, you start to recognize where these patterns no longer function for you. And this is part of that dark night of the soul we were talking about earlier.
Nice, Hilda. That's a good thing. When you don't see them, sometimes it's either could be bad or good, but
So
good, Ghost.
we are creatures of habit,
Very
Cuppa Joe.
true.
You're right.
Very true, Joe. Very true.
And when we look at the habits we developed, they actually become functional ways of adapting within our society. That's exactly what they are, an adaptation. But when the adaptation no longer functions, right, then you're stuck in that whole thing of confusion, distress, anxiety. Why isn't this working anymore? Because things change.
Exactly.
And you change your perspective, you can change your reality.
It's all up to you.
You just wipe the canvas clean. It's a brand new painting. Okay, maybe this painting, I started off with a tree. It looks good, but I don't like it. So I take white paint and go splash all over the tree, get rid of it, and start over.
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
And that's the key to changing your thought patterns, your spirituality, increasing your spirituality. increase your awareness. It's the how of things work. Okay? First part of how says honesty. And that's the first part of the witch's goal. It is know thyself. So you have to become self-honest. The next part is open-mindedness. Knowing thy craft opens your mind to new possibilities and understanding. Well, even if it is crucial to your core, and you can accept change and not fear losing something. Everybody's going to have losses. That's part of life. Losses are exactly that. Patience is one way to handle it. Acceptance is another. I'm going to share with you all, okay, a very personal story from my life that will help you understand how you can reach a level of self-acceptance. 24 years ago, my foster sister was murdered. She was shot in the back 6 times, leaving 2 children, both fatherless and motherless. My first reaction as a human being was I wanted to go hunting the bastard, because he didn't even have the courage to kill himself. Okay? So, I sat in my chair and I turned around and I said, I forgive myself for having the same propensity to do exactly what he did. And at that point, I reached an awakening point. I'm not the one sitting in jail for the rest of my life, because he got 2 life sentences. I got to raise my niece and nephew and watch them become the fine young lady and gentleman they are today. That I'm very proud of them. And I learned to forgive me. And that is the key, folks. A simple statement like, I forgive myself for allowing myself to be hurt by myself and others, will clear up your consciousness to no tomorrow. Because the first part is self-forgiveness. That leads to self-acceptance. You don't even have to forgive the person who did the act.
Just forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. Loss seems like you're losing because you're unwilling to let go. Okay? The problem is, we as human beings, we like to grab hold of everything and clutch it and keep it close to us. Okay? Even if it is totally broken, discombobulated, like the doll that's missing a head, you know, it's there, and it becomes an unwielding thing because it has no value, but we're still valuing it. Let it go. Give it to the powers that be. Accept and move forward from it. Holding on to the past, right, serves no purpose.
Exactly.
There's an old saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery.
Rachel?
Today is known as the present because it's a gift. Live within the present.
If I keep reminding you about something, is that not everybody in your life is supposed to be in your life. Some of these people are just dead weight. You don't need all these people and all that weight on your shoulders when you're trying to carry your simple behind on the first place. Be mindful of yourself. Build yourself. Because not everybody's going to be as nice as you are. I'll be straight up. So do that to yourself. Be mindful of yourself. Self-love, self-care, mental self-care. Do all that stuff. Do it for you. You don't need everybody. Trust me, you're not going to see them when you pass off from here any damn way. Guarantee it. So don't worry about everybody. Worry about you. Adapt, accept what's going on with these changes. Holding on to the past, like Edward said, it's not good for you. Let that shit go. You don't need that beating on your shoulders or on your chest every night when you lay down. It happened and you survived. You are no longer a victim, you are a survivor.
Exactly. Exactly. That's a very good point.
Believe the strength that what it is that overcame whatever it is you overcame. You don't have to share it with me, but I could imagine the stuff we don't need to talk about in daylight. But you survived because of your sheer will, because you never gave up on yourself. So accept yourself for being that strong if you didn't have it in you. Now you know you do.
I love that you said that you're not a victim, you're a survivor.
Exactly.
Because part of the thing that I know from years of experience is people tend to stay in the victim personality.
That's all they know if they did it for over 25, 35 years.
Yeah, exactly. And what ends up happening is they can't release themselves from that, so they live in constant fear, constant pain, constant anguish. I've often said, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Let's see how many can answer that. What is the worst thing that can happen to you?
Hey, Mama Cauldron.
Hi, Mama Cauldron.
When this fact becomes reality, I try not to feel family pattern, follow.
Nothing, exactly. Good answers, both of you, Cup of Joe and thing. Nothing is the worst thing that can happen to you because nothing happens, there's nothing to learn by, and nothing to grow with.
Yes.
And if that's the case, that makes everything else that happens insignificant. So if you put it into that perspective and start learning that, your learning experiences are a gift. Mm-hmm. Consequence itself is a reward. Exactly. Now, why would I say that? I'm saying consequence is a reward.
Nice, Junior.
Consequence teaches us what not to do again. So it awards you with a learning experience.
Hey, Jen Witch.
So
learning is always going to be the thing, yo. We're always here to learn. Life is always going to teach you something. Just when you think you learned everything, no. Life's going to smack you right in your chest.
I'm just beginning to learn.
Oh, exactly. We're all learning. Doesn't matter how advanced you are in what you think you know already own. You're still going to learn something new about that the next day.
I always learn. Always be hungry for learning. Yes, Agnes.
Always.
And yes, Cup of So, no, nothing, always. Always keep your cup empty so you can fill it and drink the water as you need it.
Wisely. Yes, being humble is a very, very good thing.
And humility is a key.
Mindful is going to be in that list also.
Mindfulness, humility, self-respect,
Velvet, yes. There's always something.
self-acceptance,
Thank
every
you.
bit of that.
These are my ball. All right. There's a lot of folks don't know that I've been kind of few about my earrings. Thank you for the comment on my earrings. These are actually my toe bones. I just recently lost my toe, 3.5 toes last year, due to an infection that started with cellulitis. One thing led to another. They got black. I never saw a doctor or a surgeon. My toes fell off right here in my living room. So because they fell in my living room in my house, I didn't have to give them to any doctor or nothing. The rest of my toes are right here, mixed with some magical herbs and oils. Okay? So my toes, pinky bones, were the first one that came off. So I dissected the bones, and now I've mixed them with my most potent black salt and graveyard dirt from a witch friend that passed away like 3 years ago. And they're always going to be on me. So in my case, I don't got my toes, but I got my toes. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you move on with life. So thank you for the comment. Now, because I try to explain to everybody about my situation. The body is an incredible tool. It knows how to heal itself. It knows how to work itself. Like, for example, in my case, this procedure was called auto amputation. You can please look it up and learn from it. This procedure doesn't give the doctor or surgeon a break. The body's going to do it itself. This could happen on the tip of your ears, tip of your nose, tip of your fingers, tip of your toes, in some occasions for the guys, tip of your john. Okay? So be mindful, again, of yourself. This was, I guess, I always accept that everything happens for a reason. And some of these reasons are way beyond our fucking understanding. But they're for a reason. To change us or to make us into something different or better. Maybe, you never know. Life is full of surprises. But I accepted everything. I'm healed. I'm good. Thank you for the comment, and I hope I answered your question. And just remember that your body is incredible. Give your body time to heal itself, because it does it very well. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. All right?
And don't fear your mortality.
Exactly.
It's only part of the journey. It's only part of the journey. Because, we borrow this vehicle to grow from. Like I said, we borrow it. It's a car. Our soul is the driver. So,
Agnes, for the meantime, if you want, you can, if you have stuff in your pantry, mix cinnamon powder, turmeric, and and honey with elderberry. You're gonna give that a good mix. It's gonna turn pasty and brown. Take a spoon of that. That's better than penicillin and amoxicillin. Unlike those pills that they run out after use after a certain time, these can be used for the rest of your life. And you can use them externally and internally as a natural anti-inflammatory and an anti-antibiotic.
Also, add clove to that. Add clove to that because that's an antiseptic as well as astringent. So
when it comes to the
pain.
When it comes to the cloves, you could do something separate with that. I just learned this morning. If you have a small mason jar, get four cups. No, fill it up to a little more than half, and a teaspoon of cloves, and you're gonna refrigerate it overnight. It's not gonna be the best tasting drink you're gonna have, but your inflammatory stuff that's happening in you will be dealt with. So again, I'll go through it again. Just mason jar, water, and cloves. A teaspoon of cloves. That's all you need. seal it, put it in the refrigerator overnight. The next day, drink as much as you can with it, let the magic happen, and the healing process go through. It'll work. That,
You know, every one of us is learning so much from each other. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. But this is what we're here for. You know, as I mentor a few people, but as I still teach, I still learn. It's a beautiful balance of a give and go thing. I love it because we're learning something every day. And here on this live, you know, our purpose here is to educate y'all. We all can learn something new, not just me and Edward. Just because we're of age and experienced doesn't mean we know everything, y'all. We don't. In fact, not one witch is gonna know everything about fucking witchcraft. I can guarantee that. It's not gonna happen. But learn what you can learn in the time you have to learn it. Don't expect perfection in your craft. For the you young witches coming up right now, you're gonna fuck up a lot. You're gonna add more ingredients than what you should. You're gonna knock shit down. Yeah, expect that. But that's what parts of a build us to be a better witch. Not a perfect witch, a better witch. Take that perfection word out your head, because a lot of people want to do that. I want to be the perfect witch. There's no such thing as a perfect witch. You're not gonna get that shit nowhere. Not even Wanda's from the Avenger was a perfect witch. She got corrupted. I'm just saying.
The first time
You know what I'm saying?
first time anyone claims that they are perfect would be the first time my allergies kick in.
I shit.
I have an allergy.
I know it sucks, man. I have it too.
Bullshit. Ah, damn it. There goes that allergy again.
Mm.
You know, there's not a single person who is perfect. We all are going to make a mistake. We're going to make various mistakes.
Exactly.
And the reason these mistakes are simply to learn how to evolve.
We're, like I usually say on my live, we're here to adapt, to adopt, and adopt to adapt. Life is always going to give you turns and twists you're not going to expect, because you're not going to expect them. Most of us don't even survive these twists and turns. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. The ones that do, they progress. The ones that don't, they still just got things to learn still. That's all. They're not left behind. They just got their things to learn. You just happen to learn a little faster.
Oh, I just figured out. I did perfect one thing.
What is?
I'm perfectly imperfect.
That's how things work. Yeah, I love that. So, you know, everybody here, I want to thank everyone who's joined. I know I missed a ton of y'all folks in here. Welcome. If it's your first time, welcome. God damn it, welcome. My name is Ismael Diaz here. I'm a Grey Witch, and I'm accompanied by Edward Sott. And we're just trying to give y'all a little something different than what y'all usually get on TikTok. Because everybody seems to go to different directions. They mislead. A lot of people get into arguments, a lot of drama. Me and Edward's mission here is to educate you properly, to get you going in the right direction. In case you have learned the wrong way, maybe he can talk to you and you'll understand that you were taught wrong, and maybe you should be doing things the right way. But here's the thing on that. You already learned something. You might as well incorporate it in, as long as it's with good intent and you do good upon people, for people. You can incorporate that magic into your daily life also. Because most of us are born into magic. Some of us are not. We know who we are. We're the ones that don't need a tarot card to look at you and tell you who you are and why. Then you have some who are just less fortunate. Okay? But the thing is, everybody's born with a magical ability, a magical skill. Something only you have that probably nobody else has in this world. The ability to talk to the dead. See an Animal Crossing. These beautiful examples do not make you crazy. You are misunderstanding the magical processes that is happening to you. Again, not going crazy. Okay,
Yes,
get that out your head. You're misunderstanding
part.
what's happening.
You're
In your magical processes, you will see things, you will hear things normal folks won't hear. You will experience and you will feel things in areas normal folks won't. It's part of the magical processes of most of us here, not all. Some spirits do speak to us, some don't. Some of us can see them as clear as day, and some can't. That doesn't make you less of a spiritual, magical person. Some people are born with different things, and some others are born with different abilities also. Not two witches do the same spell with the same energy. Maybe with the same intent.
oh, hey,
Yeah.
Sapphire made a statement which is an absolutely true.
Yes.
She says, "Yet each journey is an individual one." Exactly. Your journey is individual to you. You're going to have learning experiences that are different than everybody else's.
Mhm.
And when you share these experiences, you find that they become a unification point, a synchronicity with those of like minds, and enable you to grow even further. I look at life like a tree. And this is a tree of life is a very potent symbol
Mhm.
in almost all religions. So you start off at the roots. And the roots are your past. They are the choices you made from your past lives, everything else. And when, and you know, they go all over, they extend everywhere.
Yeah.
But they grow into the center stalk or the trunk. The trunk is your current life. This is where you're at. This is what you're experiencing at the very moment. Now, off the trunk are branches all over, with micro branches attached and leaves. And each of those branches, yes, and the roots are surrounded by dirt that feeds nutrients. Exactly, because they're constantly recycling the life. And so they're constantly growing from your past, your present, and your future. So, anyway, you move forward up into the branches, and those are choices that you're still facing. Whenever you make one choice, you're leaving another behind. And that being the case,
True.
the object of the soul, of course, is to learn all choices, to experience everything. And Emily, I agree with you. We're not entitled to forcing anyone else to see through our perception, but let go with love.
Exactly.
Absolutely profound, true statement.
That was very well said, Earl.
Yeah, Melissa, you're right. Dirt might equate to the knowledge and experiences because it actually is a degrading of the material of the roots.
Exactly. Thank you, Velvet. Thank you, Sugar Spice. So time when go ahead.
I was going to say, if anyone has any other questions, we'll be happy to field them. We have a half hour yet before we have to call it a night.
Y'all will still be getting a few of these.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of my 20 minutes after my live is done, y'all get a few of these, and me and Edward will cut in between and talk a little bit in between. And sorry to hear about that, Agnes.
Oh, how? I forgot to answer that one. The how, in the how, the W stands for willingness. That is the third part. Practice thy craft with wisdom. knowing to understand and be willing to give it over and turn it over to the powers that are higher than you or knowledges that are higher than you to connect further with the learning. So that's the how. Honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. It's also the first three.
Tosh asks any recommendations for the divine masculine connection during the solstice.
There are many different cultures with that practice the solstice for divinity. So recommending a single aspect because you're talking Hellenics, Hermetics have a different form, and everything else like that. But I'd say just honoring the sun and the fire and acknowledging that we have the warmth of the season so harvesting can occur, growth of the plants, and honor the agricultural gods is what I would say.
I hope that helps. It's scary. The best I can do is probably burn a couple candles for you. I'm sorry all this is happening. I am sorry it's happening like this, Agnes. Life is, like I said, life is cruel. Life ain't always gonna go your way. But through this little hiccup, you will progress. Things will get better for you and your boys. You'll see. Just do the right thing. On my end, I'll connect with you. I'll burn a few candles with you, for you, and get you on your way, and hopefully things will go up for the best. But don't give up, okay? Don't give up. You were strong before, be strong now. Don't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. Use them as fuel. Keep going forward, you know what I mean? Life is difficult. Sometimes some situations in life, we just don't know what to say or what to do. But here's the thing to that I see every day and day in and day out with people. Some of y'all here. Y'all manage to find a way through this somehow. You do. Why do you think you're here? Not here in my life. Here to this day. Think of what, like I said earlier on this live, think of the words you always said to yourself, I can't do this. How the hell am I going to get this shit through? By doing it. Right now, things are down, doesn't mean they're always going to stay down like this. Things will be looking up. Just keep your head up, stay positive. We have friends here. They're magical. Reach out. Look how we're going on. What doors can be opened, what windows can be opened for you. You know what I'm saying? Have faith in that. Pray to your deity. God, Goddess, whatever it is you pray to, pray. Trust me. Move mountains. You take it one day at a time. Exactly. Take things one day at a time. Don't overexceed your thought process because you're going to overthink and nothing will get done. You'll stay either where you at or things will get worse. So keep moving and take things one day at a time. There are ways to go about. You just got to be smart and have the knowledge to do this, which I know you have, or else you wouldn't be where you've gotten in life. Don't think of now as a bad situation. Think of it as a hiccup in life. You will get back up in your feet. Probably better than what you were in the last 10, 15 years. So don't give up. Like you said, take one thing at a time. And you'll see how things work out. But do your part. You got to move forward and do things. Things don't happen magically like that. So do your part. Try to move processes. And you see how things will work out. Just have faith.
Time, people, is an acronym, too. Time means this I must earn. So be patient with life. It's there to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Never pray for patience, though, because the gods and goddesses have a sense of humor.
Let them know you better speak. Uh,
If you pray for patience, they'll give you everything to test it.
yes, they will. They don't play.
Oh, really? Did you? Cool.
Nice.
Archetype deck. Okay.
Archetype deck is very pretty strong. And some we're supposed to pray for him. Do that. Samoliti Namna. And I know I missed a lot of y'all folks coming in right now. I just want to say thank you for joining. Thank you. Hammond, welcome. You know, I mean, it's Saturday. I hope everybody's had a blessed week. You made it through another 5 days. Today's Saturday. If you have the opportunity to relax, do so. If you have to work, it's just another work day for you. You know what I mean? It'll be over in a few hours. Tomorrow is Father's Day. Guaranteed that when I go live tomorrow, I probably won't see half the mails that I see today. So if I missed you, happy early Father's Day to the men and women out there, because there are women playing both roles right now, okay, and doing it very damn well too. Okay, so y'all keep rocking your stuff right there like that. I like that. So a lot of respect out there. So remember, just believe in yourselves. You know, I know these times are dark. These times are tough. You know what I mean? We can't really depend on other forces and other reliances that we had growing up. Things have definitely changed. This is not the same world we had 20 years ago. It's not. You can't go to this dollar store. I mean, you can't go to the store and buy now laters no more. Now they cost you $2. The difference is that now, as spiritual people, people of the craft, and etc., we've been open with ourselves lately. A lot of shifting going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Most of y'all here are not caring no more about what other people are saying or thinking. You're just doing you. Something you should be doing, something you should have been doing, is not caring what other people are going to say or think about you. You're not here for them, just as much as they're not here for you. You're born alone. And I always said, you'll pass alone. Everybody and everything in between is just a magical experience that has its unpredictabilities. We can't go left without life telling you you're going right, and vice versa. You just gotta sometimes go with the flow. Sometimes that flow will take you. It'll take you where you need to go. No, you're good.
Once you open yourself up to those synchronicities, though, and me and Ish were talking about this earlier too, you experience a thing called angelic or otherworldly visitations and teachers. They actually come to you at various different times when you least expect them, and they leave you with multiple gifts.
For real.
I used to travel a lot and go across the country. And I've met people that I've never seen before who have come to me, given me a dinner, sat with me, taught me, and then walked off, and they were never there.
I shit.
And they honestly were not there. I could never find them again if I wanted to. And I looked all over the station and everything for them, and I couldn't find them. And this happens to those of us who open ourselves up to those synchronicities.
Yeah.
When the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll share one with you. This one just happened recently. I just came back from Boston. I was out there seeing my parents. From when I did the transition from New York to Washington, I got on a train, and there was probably not that many people on that cart. It was me, some old folks, and some younger folks in the back, but they would be fairly empty. This one lady, she had a green dress, she had a little ponytail, she had little glasses on, little blue eyes going on. She could have sat anywhere on this goddamn train, man. No, she sat next to me for some reason. So I accepted it, and we going on with things. So we started talking. She looked at my staff, which is the one you see here. That's been with me for 15 years. That's my child, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about that for a little bit. She even bought me coffee. We had a good magical conversation about life. I forgot her damn name just as much, but I don't forget mine either. The thing is, we saw the sunrise, and she was gonna get off 2 stops after 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to the bathroom. It was still, the daylight was coming up, so there was bright light all over the train. As soon as I came back from the bathroom, lady was gone. I went to the other 3 track trains in the back on the Amtrak, and I went to the other one. I even went back to the food court. And for the life of my soul, I never found this lady again. Now, there is a messenger here. And yes, these messengers, let me put it this way. They're like diarrhea. They just come up when you least expect it, and they have a profound effect on you, okay? They really do. Now, these messengers can be not people. They can also be animals, trees, plants, rocks, believe it or not.
Anything in nature can be a messenger.
No, you're good. But yeah, anything.
But only if you open your mind.
You gotta open yourself to it, or else it's not gonna happen. What time is it? Let me give you all a few of my palm reading cards. So every week I share this with y'all, which I advise you to get if you're starting with palm reading, or if you're in it and hasn't been on for a while and you want to come back to this. These are the cards I share every week with y'all. Now, as a palm reader, there's a lot that can be said about your hand. I was told people 1,000,001 things can come out your mouth. Certain things about your hands can say a lot about you. Not everybody will have the same lines. In fact, you probably won't have the same line you have now in 5 to 10 years from now. Because as you grow and evolve with life, so does the lines on your hands. Okay? Now, there's one example I like to share with y'all that is physically here right now that we can do. This is for the ones who were born natural healers. If you look at your pinky, and you see this line, and right in the bottom of your pinky, you're going to have this space right here. If you have lines going down all over it, and on the right, or maybe just the right or the left, that considers you a good natural healer. If you have them on both, then you were born a natural healer. Like I said, there's a lot about the hands that can help you understand more about you. Okay? So last time we left off at card number 83. We're on the Venus finger. The Venus finger is the one between your middle and on your pinky. Okay? The middle and your pinky. Doesn't matter the size. Actually, yes. Sorry, it does matter the size. Long. So this finger between the middle and the pinky are going to be even, with your pointer finger and middle finger maybe just slightly, but they're evenly there, okay? Venus finger. If this finger is longer than the middle, this shows you have poor money management. You maintain long and established relationships. It is also a good sign for love interest and business partners. Okay? Hilda, thank you for stopping by. You have a good night too. And like I said, we're always here. If you have any messages, just reach out, alright? So if y'all want to take a screenshot of it, y'all can. Sorry about that. There you go. The next card, we're going to be talking about the Mercury finger, which is your pinky. Your Mercury finger is your pinky. Thank you for stopping. The honor's all mine. Thank you. And you have a blessed weekend. So we're talking about the Mercury finger, long. Okay, the long pinky. If you have a long pinky, this is your card. A long little finger that reaches above the ring finger's top knuckle shows that you are optimistic and adventurous. You are a fine singer, speaker, and musician. Give yourself more credit for your own ideas. Okay? Screenshot of it. And for the ones who don't know, just me, blessed be. That's my girlfriend. That's my white girl. That's my white girl. And let me see. The next one is we're gonna be still on the pinky, but this one is squared tipped. Okay, we're gonna give you a visual. See how the tip of your middle finger, for example, is rounded, and the pinky is not. It is flat. Okay, and remind you, not everyone's gonna have this. Just be mindful of that. All right. And it says a square-ended little finger shows that you are skilled in debates. You're a masturbator. You know what I'm saying? You be a good umpire or lawyer, as long as you have a fair judgment and sense of equality. Okay? Take a screenshot of it for the ones who have it. This is for the ones who have a square tip pinky. So if your pinky's square tip, not round like mine, this is what you call it, alright? Take another screenshot if you don't. The next one is the next on the same one, on the same pinky. Sorry about that. But this one is going to be the ones who have it curved. So unlike the straight finger, curved will either lean this way or lean that way or have some curvature to it. That's what we're going to be talking about here. Still on the pinky. Hey Celeste, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Hey Lisa. Woo, she made it. Niels Rizai. Hope I got it right. I didn't want to kill your name. Sorry about that. It says a little finger that bends away from the hand can indicate that you are hard to get along with. Sometimes you get too caught up in the details and miss the bigger picture. You put too much pressure on yourself. This goes to what we talked about earlier. Be easy on yourself. You're only one. You're only in this lifetime doing one thing, and this should be taking care of yourself. Don't try to take care of everybody again. Not everybody's gonna come here and take care of you. So worry about yourself. Yes, you can be selfish with yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. People are selfish with themselves every damn day with you. So why can't you just do it for yourself? Okay? Take your time with yourself. So here's a screenshot if y'all like. And thank you for all for being here. I really, really, really appreciate it. Edward, thank you. Everybody here. Y'all blessing. Not just to me and Edward here being in this live, to the planet and to the live that you are contacting and the ones that you will be meeting later on. They're a blessing. Doesn't have to take you coming to my life to understand that you already knew how special you were. You need to stop. Alright? So we're going to talk about Uranus. Not mine. Okay? This is called the thumb. The thumb is the Uranus finger. Alright? No, I didn't come out right. We're talking about the thumb. Doesn't matter the size. Actually, it does. Long. So if you have a long thumb, okay? From here to the next town you live in, this card is for you. A long thumb that reaches up to the middle joint of the index finger indicates a strong ego. You feel secure in a position of power and always have words of encouragement. Okay, again, we talked about the ego. Some people actually know how to use the ego to a good way and help others. But the majority takes the ego too hard. They think their head's inflated with helium and they blow up, you know. Just be humble. Be humble. Be humble. So here's the Uranus card. This is the long thumb. Okay, long thumb. So if you have a long thumb, love what? I'm lost this or what? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm lost. So the one more card. No, I still got time. I'll give you a couple more cards. Now we're gonna work on the same thumb, but short. If you have a short thumb, this card is yours. Card number 88. Short thumb. The Uranus. This is the Uranus. Okay, the long thumb. Longest thumb. Hi, that's funny. Alright, for the ones who have a short thumb, this is for you, alright? A short thumb that doesn't reach the bottom of the index finger shows your lack of willpower. You are indecisive and too compassionate, often putting others' needs before your own. Like I just said, learn to say no. That doesn't make you a bad person, okay? A lot of people say no to you, not because they're mean. Maybe they just can't. You understand? Just like you can. Somebody come to you right now and say, well, I need help pushing my car. You got back problem. You had surgery. You can't. That doesn't make you a bad person to say no. Okay? Keep that in mind, y'all. So if y'all want to take a picture of this, please can. Please do. Alright? So be mindful of yourself. Everybody's gonna learn, Velvet. Take your time with it. Just take your time, Velvet. I'm gonna give y'all one more card. Me and Edward will talk for a little bit, alright? Just take your time, Velvet. Take your time. Okay, card number 89. Wasted. The thumb Uranus, but wasted. Now when it says by wasted, I'm gonna more verbal than anything. A wasted thumb means a distinct hampering between the knuckle and the palm. Okay? The knuckle and the palm. So it should be around this area here, somewhere around this area. And Lissa, welcome. I didn't see you come in earlier. Welcome. And I know I missed a lot of y'all folks, so welcome. God damn it, welcome. Okay? So we are saying... Okay, I haven't read it. Yes, I'm going to read it one more time because this one is a little different from the rest. A wasted thumb means a distinct tampering between the knuckle and the palm. So the knuckle should be here, and the palm should be like starting around this area. Okay? So we'd be right here. So take a picture of it and keep in mind, everybody. Keep in mind. What up, Chris? What's up, bro? Yeah, what's going on? My neighbor Chris, y'all believe it. So, not everybody's going to have these. Be mindful of that. I said that in the beginning. I'm going to keep saying it. Not everybody's going to have these lines, these shapes. Not everybody's going to have some. You know what I mean? So we'll do one more. We're doing the flexible thumb. Thumb that is flexible. This one has a better visual than the last one. See that dent right there? Our normal thumb would go like this. This one are the one who has for the deep edge right here. Okay? This is the flexible thumb. When the top of the thumb bends backwards freely, this indicates you rule with your heart. Okay? You listen to what your peers say, and you are overly concerned about what others think of you. Yes, we are, Agnes. You're very right. You're very right. We're all unique. Doesn't matter if this person tells me you're not, you are unique. Everybody's born unique. Everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got their own individual flavor of seasoning they're gonna put into the pot. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So we got like what? 12 minutes. Edward, you wanna? Wait a minute. Where Edward go? I thought Edward was here with me. He gone. I'm going back to Russia. I say that before. I didn't know he was gone. But I'm going to continue. I want to thank you, Edward, if I don't see you again. Edward Sock, Tamarin02. Please follow him. That was my guest today. Awesome dude. Knows his stuff in a traditional sense, okay? I'm not traditional. I walk my own path. Do my own magic. Candle magic is my thing. I love my candle magic. He is the man. And I want to thank you all for being who you are. Being open to listen to us today. To what we had to say, to what we had to teach, and yes, what we had to learn from you. So it's always a beautiful blessing to know that we're not just here to teach, but you're also here to teach us. Everybody here is going to help somebody. And this is the beautiful thing about the uniqueness of you. We may not know how we're going to face something until we actually face it. Then we know how to deal with it. The strength that comes within that, well, that strength comes from within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. We're always learning. Just because I know a few things about something, that doesn't mean I know everything about something. And that goes for a lot of folks, maybe everybody. Alright? Everybody's learning. Every day we learn something new. Life is probably the best teacher that we're ever going to have. So, excuse me, that was a soda making a comeback. So, if you know everything, you got a problem. Not everybody's gonna know everything. If you had the ability to know everything, good luck with them headaches, man. Them migraines. It ain't gonna work so damn well, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that type of pressure on you because you already have enough going on. So be mindful of yourself on what you can carry on your shoulders and what you can't carry. Not everybody will be carrying you, just like you shouldn't be carrying everybody. You can only do so much for somebody just as much as somebody can do for you. I said this once, and I said this a few times. Remember, it's not what you can do for your fellow witch. It's what your fellow witch can do for you. You know what I'm saying? We're all here to help each other grow, teach each other something new. Because like y'all said, nobody knows everything. And don't expect to know everything, because you're not going to reach that. Learn what you've learned. You are able to learn more than what you can handle, but just pace yourself. There is no rush to trying to learn everything you're trying to learn. Alright? Magic is always going to be there to learn it, no matter what your path. Magic will always be there for you. So I always say this, whether you're a light worker or a dark worker of the craft, and this is your path, then you own your path. You practice your magic with responsibility and with care. Practice safe magic. Be mindful of the power that you have and the influence it has. Remember, you have the power to have a cause and effect in people's lives. Sometimes whether you're physically with them or not. Okay? So be mindful of yourself. Remember, some of y'all here are stronger than what you think. Some of y'all here have a very, very good way of manifesting things. Like me and Edward call most folks here manifesting ninjas. You know what I'm saying? We come out of nowhere just manifesting food, throwing ninja stars and shit. But this is where we're at today. And we're doing, I love you too, Joe. So we're doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Do what you love to do. No, everybody or, most people are going to have an opinion on how you practice, how you look, what you say. Fuck all that. You're not here for their opinions. You're not here to give a fuck about what they think about you. You're not here for that. You're here for you. So if you're an open witch, like myself, these are all my magical trinkets and shit. Yes, these are real bones, alright? I have real bones on me. I wear this every day because of my faith and my belief. I pray to Lilith. Lilith is my goddess. She's the one that's been with me since I was 12. I don't know any other god or goddess out there that can fulfill the need that she has fulfilled for me. She has saved me from things that I don't think no person can ever save me. I know her divine feminine power is strong, just like your divine feminine is strong. Mother Lilith has been with me through thick and thin like a mom should for their child, even though I still got my physical mom. So, building a bond with your deity, with your god, with your goddess, it's a beautiful thing. When you trust them, when you know you can cry to them like you want to cry to a family member with some things most family members won't understand, they will understand. They will understand. They got you. That's what they're here for. Love your goddess, honor your god and goddess. Okay? They do a lot for us. The least we can do is give them thanks or give them a good donation or a good offering or something recognition wise or something of that nature. Okay? So be grateful that, you are here alive. I am. I'm very grateful that every day I get to wake up. I get to see my beautiful girlfriend, my beautiful animals. I get to see y'all 2 times a week now. I get to talk to y'all. I get to hear y'all. We get to share, get to know each other better. The most important things that we get to learn from each other. That's the beauty of it. We're always learning from each other. Now, it doesn't matter how much you've learned in life. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to learn as you get older. Life is always going to teach you things whether you want to learn it or not. Okay. I'm about to show y'all. Oh, yo, this getting old thing is not fun. I swear to God. Somebody told me when I was young that getting old is going to be fun. But the older you get, the more interesting life gets. That's bullshit. I ever see this man on the street, I swear to God, this is going to be a misunderstanding because life hurts. Life hurts. It hurts to fart. It hurts to get out the bed. But you know what doesn't hurt? When I come here in this room and I sit down with my boy, Brother Bob. Bob. This is Bob. He's Bob. He's our goat. He always likes to make an appearance. He's not shy. He's a very chill goat. If y'all could see him. Say hi, Bob. Bob. Hey, Bob. Yeah, he'll look at the camera. He'll look straight at you. What's up, puppy? He's a Nigerian dwarf mix. We are going to get him a companion. He's going to get a brother. The reason why we can't find the girl right now because the girls that are available are just too young. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to get Brother Bob here. What's up, puppy? Say hi to everybody. Hey, pass your puppy. I know. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Bilingual too, Spanish and English. You know what I'm saying? What's up, puppy? He's looking at me because I know he wants some food. But Bob is a good goat. He is a magic. I'm pretty sure he's an old soul. He's been here before. You know what I mean? He is very quiet the whole live. Y'all didn't hear from him. Hey, puppy. Say hi to everybody. I know. You're on TikTok Live. You're probably the most famous goat I know and shit. You know what I'm saying? It is. So, you know, everybody here, be proud of yourself. Congratulate yourself. Because you do things that you deem impossible to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, every time I come here live with y'all, week in and week out, I go to your accounts. I listen to y'all, and sometimes I join your lives if I have time. Yes, I will. I have no problem in that. Just as it is my honor to have you here, I'm honored to be in your life. Okay? And I know, you know, sometimes these struggles can sometimes hit us harder than what we think they are. Again, I'm going to say this. You overcame most things in life that you deemed impossible. And yet here you are still knocking motherfuckers out. Think about that. There's nothing stopping you but you. Ain't nothing you can't handle out there because you already been through shit. And you have the strength to talk about it and to move forward with it, to help somebody who's going through the same shit you've been through. Encourage others who cry for help and help them. You don't have to get physically involved. You're a fucking witch for a reason. Magical ways we can approach this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just remember that you are a witch for a reason. Alright? But believe in yourself. Okay? Not everybody's gonna believe in you the way you believe in them. That's a fact. Believe in you. Believe in what you can do. The abilities you have to help others. The ability you have to understand others before they even speak. You already know what intentions they bring before their mouth even opens. Smell like their upper lip and shit. You already know. Because you already know. Some of us here are so experienced that life is just more than what we feel. Taste, smell, hear. You know what I'm saying? As we grow, we also evolve with magic. Makes us more magical, more enlightened, to understand more magical processes than what we did 3 to 5 years ago, an example. That's you right there. Okay? So everybody, I have 1 minute left here. I want to thank you all. I want to give shout out to everybody up in here today. Enjoy your weekend. Today is Saturday. Please be safe out there. Practice safe magic. Remember that you matter. You matter. People give a fuck about you. You may not hear it. You may not see it. You may not even feel it. But trust me, somebody in here, somebody out of here is loving the fuck out you right now, whether you hear it or not. For the ones who join here, you're not alone. There's many witches in here you can reach out to, or even to myself. In this magical journey, it's not easy to face it by yourself. We're a community of witches. We're here to help witches. So you young witches, reach out to the folks in here. I want to thank you all. I want you to be safe. Be safe out there, okay? Honor yourself. Be respectful to yourself. And be kind. So thank you all, and y'all stay blessed. Peace.